Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here. Today we are on the map Flint Hills. I would have been set this farm up the other day. It's kind of an old school style farm, almost 80s, 2000s look. So I kind of went along with that, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of equipment tour here. I did go a little bit of a 2000s style feel. We aren't limited to that exactly, but I did go with that kind of feel here. So I'll give you kind of a farm slash equipment tour here. Of course, we've got our little feed lot, if you will. You got the feed bunk here, the bale ring, and we've got this H&S feed bunk as well that just extends the amount of feed that we can put in the pasture, so we don't have to feed them as often. So rolling along here, we've got our bank barn here. There's nothing really in that at this point. For our first tractor here, we're coming up on our 1206 turbo, the Farmall on our international blower, just to blow the silage up into that silo there. Over here, we've got our 3 soak-up grain bins, pretty decent size for each of those there. And then we've got our forage boxes here, along with one set of Brent gravity wagons. I have 2 sets of Brent 744s. This green pair is considered the new pair. They got the new decals along with the tarp. The other ones, when I show you a little bit, do not have the tarp, and they have the older decals. Rolling along, we've got our International 986 Turbo on our Farm King auger. I really love this tractor. It's not got enough horsepower to do main jobs, but you can do, like, it can pull gravity wagons, it can run the auger and stuff like that. So that's why we've got it sitting on the auger right now. Coming through here, we've got our house with the attached garage. I really like how I got that to place. It looks pretty good there. Of course, the inside, there's no door to go into the house here. It's just the side of the house. Of course, we've got to go all the way around and walk inside. But we've got one of our 2 trucks here. It is a 2001 Silverado, I believe. But yeah, it's a solid truck. Got the maroon color on it. It's a pretty solid truck there. Alrighty, coming through here to the main cold storage building. You guys can see I've got my Case IH 8940 back on this series. This is definitely one of my favorite tractors, both in real life and in the game. So super excited to have it back on a series here. So rolling along, we've got our Kinsey 3200 planter. It's a 12-row planter. We actually have pretty much this exact same planter in real life, minus the fertilizer tanks there. So super excited to have that on the series here. We've also got this international cultivator here. Never really used this. I just saw this on Itch, I believe, the other day. Downloaded it, threw it in here, and it looks pretty darn good. So we'll have to try that out here pretty quick. We've also got our grain drill here on the back of our 5288. We've got this 4455. This is our one and only John Deere tractor we have on the farm, I believe. But I really love the 55 series, and the 4455 just looks awesome in my opinion. So had to go with that one. Was tempted to go with the 4440, but I needed a little more horsepower, so that's why I went with the 4455 here. Then over here we've got this newer piece of equipment. It's the Unverfirth. I don't know how you pronounce that exactly. But it's kind of like a side dress applicator. You go over the crops after the corn is up, or the crop is up a little bit, and you put the shanks between the row of the crop you're planting. You can apply fertilizer and other stuff. This also does liquid lime, so that is why I have that here. It's pretty much just for lime. It's because I couldn't find a smaller lime spreader that I liked for this farm. So that's really what we're going to be using for lime. I think the 8940 should be able to handle that, but we shall see here. Over here we got our two heads here. We got our corn head. It's an 8-row corn head and a 25-foot bean head there. So not too big, not too small, pretty average size there. So, and here's our second set of wagons. We got the red Brent 744s. Like I said, we've got the old decals on there, along with no tarps on this set here. And I really enjoy this corn crib. It's like the perfect size to put these wagons in. So that is why I went with kind of the older style and without the tarp. Because with the tarp, they wouldn't have been able to fit in this building here, and this is really where I wanted to put them. So I think they look solid in there, and should be good. Moving along here, we've got our pole barn here. First up, we've got our John Deere disc. I have already used that already, which is why it is extremely dirty. Probably have to get a power washer over here and clean that off here pretty quick. But moving on, we've got our Best Away sprayer here. I think it's like a 40-foot boom if I remember correctly, but I'm not for sure on that. So it's a very good width for us here. So should make spraying and other things go really quick for us. And then we've got our seed tender here, just a J&M seed tender. I think it's got the 2 hoppers, so you can probably put seed and then in one, and then solid fertilizer in the other one if you wanted to. We're probably just gonna run both seed. We don't really have anything to put solid fertilizer in the ground. Maybe our grain drill, but we don't really need to do that. So we've also got our Farm King rake here. This also doubles as a tedder, so it's a one-stop shop for all your hay needs. You just gotta mow, and then you just teds it as well as rakes it, and then you're perfect, ready to go for your baler. And we've got our John Deere 561R baler here. And what's cool about this baler, if I can work my way around the back and hop over this tedder here, you guys can see it's got what's called an accumulator on it. So this will unfold, and when you're baling, it'll hold up to 3 bales on this accumulator, and it'll drop all 3 bales at once. That way, the bales are all kind of somewhat together in the field. So you'll have groups of 3 bales throughout your field, and it makes picking them up a lot easier because they're all right there together. You're not constantly moving the truck and trailer to a spot to load the bales up. So this is really nice. I've never used one in the game before, so this will be really interesting to see how that works, and if it works. To be honest, I haven't tested this, so should be really fun. All right, we've got our hoop barn down here in the back. This is going to be our primarily our bale storage shed. Right now, I've got some random pieces of equipment in here, like our New Holland Haybine over here on the right. This is just my favorite mower in the game. It's an old school mower, and it got a massive width. I think it's 9 meters. All the other mowers are like 4.5, 5 meters. So having something that's so big like this is just so huge for us when we're mowing. It makes mowing go a lot faster, and it just looks cool. I just like the look of the hay binds. They just look awesome in my opinion. So glad to have that back on the series here. Moving over here, we've got our flatbed trailer, our gooseneck. This one can do auto load bales, I believe. I don't really want to be moving bales all day on my own, so hopefully that does work as an auto load trailer, but we shall see here later this year. Of course, we've got our second truck. It's of course another Chevy. All I drive is Chevy. So we've got another Silverado. This is a '05 Cat Eye Silverado here on the X's cattle trailer. I believe we can haul like 20 head of cattle in that, which is somewhat unrealistic. I think we have almost this exact same trailer in real life. We're lucky to get maybe 8 cows in a trailer at a time. So yeah, a little unrealistic, but it's farm sim at the end of the day. We're gonna make it work. Here we got our shop building. We got all our tools and stuff in here. Of course, got the American flag there on the wall. Got to represent there. We've got our 7150 with the 890 loader. We got our grapple bucket on the front here. I know, I just love this combination. Usually I put it on the 8920 and have duals on the back, and it looks a lot better, but I think it still looks solid on the 7150. The loader might be a little big, but we're making it work, and it still looks pretty darn good. Of course, we've got our 2366 Case IH Combine. I believe this is like a 1999 version of the Combine, which is really nice. Like I said, we're going for that 2000 style-ish vibe here, so perfect Combine for the job. We do have this exact same Combine in real life as well, so you kind of see a pattern here. I am kind of going more towards my real-life farm style, so it's definitely a lot more fun when you're playing exactly like you are in real life. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is a blast. So that is why I kind of went with that. But over here we have our 7500i John Deere chopper. Now we don't have a chopper in real life. We have people custom chop for us. But this chopper it's a good old school chopper, and we got the duals on the front. I believe this is only a 6 meter head on the front. I would have liked to get like a 9 meter head, or what would that be, like a 27 foot or 25 foot head on the front, but there just wasn't anything available at the time. So we're gonna get stuck with a 20 foot here or something around there. but it should work all right for us. Of course, we did mount the American flag on the pipe there, which is a great addition to this machine right here. All right, I believe this is the last shed I really got to show you guys. We don't have anything here. This is the shop side. There's nothing in here at this time. I might put something in there. It's just so low that nothing really fits in there, which is why I haven't put anything in there yet. But hopefully in the future we can get something in there. In here, this is just kind of our cattle storage shed at this time. We've got our forage mixer there, and then we've got our water trailer here as well. And with that, I think that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and walk around the farm so you guys can see another angle of it here. But I would say this is one of my better farms that I have built. Let me go up and fly around and show you guys here. All right, we're starting at the road here, facing the farm. Of course, if you guys saw the video yesterday, I did do a time lapse of me building this farm, so you guys can see. Got a beautiful path here, kind of a windy, twisty road. Comes upon this creek here, the small ditch slash creek, and then it starts elevating itself. It's up on a hill. I had to tear out a lot of corn to be able to get this to the terrain that I wanted to. And I got these fields on my left and right of the road drilled to grass yesterday as well. So those are going to be our two grass fields for this at this point in time. I might buy another one or two here. But I did go ahead and get everything else plowed back up. That way it's good to go after the corn gets harvested and stuff, to just continue that all back into that same field there. So you guys kind of get like an aerial look of the farm real quick. Of course, don't have anything in that bank barn. I could probably put some bales in there or something, but overall, I think this is definitely one of my best farm builds that I have done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And let me know what I could have done different. If you didn't like it, what should I have changed? With that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. There should be another video tomorrow, maybe doing some chopping and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks, guys.